Hi, I'm Nicola Humber, author of Unbound and founder of the Unbound Press. And I help women to write the book they're really here to write at this time. So I want to help you to not just write any book, but to write the book that is going to change your life, that's going to have the most expansive, juicy, abundant impact on your life at this time. And to be honest, that's not always comfortable. I very much believe that writing a book can be, has the potential to be a deeply transformational process in itself. And when we really allow it to be transformational, that's when we end up writing something that is so powerful, that is going to attract our soul family readers to us. It's going to help us to really create community around our writing. So today I want to talk about how to write in a way that feels really freeing for you. You're an unbound woman, and so freedom is going to be one of your key values. I know it is for me. If something feels like it's going to be restrictive or limiting or rigid, then it's a no-go. It will have me running for the hills. And book writing can kind of have a bit of that reputation that if when you make the commitment to write a book, when you decide to write a book, that you've got to chain yourself to your desk for like weeks or months or years in order to get it done. And yeah, it can be like that, and that process, that way of writing works for some people. It doesn't work for me, and it probably doesn't work for you either. And there can also be this idea that you've got to have it all planned out. Okay, when you start to write your book, you should know what all your chapters are going to be. You should know what all your subheadings are going to be. You should know exactly what you're going to write about. No. Again, that's something that can be true. You might have a really clear idea of everything you want to write about in your book and the structure it's going to take. But in my experience of working with my own experience of writing books and also working with many different other women, both through the Unbound Press and the Unbound Writing Mastermind, helping them to write their books, that clarity comes through writing. So we commit to the process of writing the book, we get started, and we just allow whatever wants to come. And then kind of further on in the process, we start to get that clarity about, oh, okay, I can see how this all fits together. So I want to talk about, like I said, how to make the book writing process feel as freeing as possible. Because when it feels free for you, it's going to feel really free and exciting for your reader. And it's also going to help you to access deeper levels of creativity. The creative process. Yes, it can be helpful to have some structure, absolutely. And an element of discipline as well, which I like to talk about as divine discipline. But you really want that sense of freedom as well. So how can we do that? Well, the first thing is to really recognize that you are a cyclical being, and your creative energy, your creative inspiration ebbs and flows. You're not going to feel the same day in, day out. You're not going to feel like writing in the same way day in, day out. Some days you may feel like, yes, I'm really on it. You really want to be writing. The ideas are coming through. You're really in the flow, and that's great. Other days you may feel more like you want to edit what you've already written, or you may really be feeling like planning more what's going to go into your book or what you're going to create around your book. And other times you may feel completely blank. I'm sure we can all resonate with those days when we're just like, there is nothing today. And kind of traditional wisdom would say, just push through. Get to your desk, write anyway. Because there's this idea that if you're going to be a writer, and certainly if you're going to write a book, you just need to be writing every single day. And actually, I disagree with that. I think when you're in this place in your cycle where, and it may be, during your bleed time, or it may be during the dark moon, that you're just like, there is nothing, I'm just in being mode today. You don't want to push against that. You want to write in alignment with your cyclical nature, really harness the power of that. Allow it. And recognize that, it does ebb and flow. You're not going to be feeling consistent. And that's okay. Okay. And it's really freeing to recognize that rather than trying to push through. We haven't been taught to do things like that generally. We've been taught that everything should happen in this linear, step-by-step way, and it's not. So really trusting that if you're having times when you're feeling blank, or it's like nothing's coming, or you're feeling really critical of your writing, then that's a natural part of the process, and you will cycle round. So really allowing that. So what I would say is get to know your own cycle. We're impacted by many different cycles. Our own menstrual cycle, if we have one, the cycle of the moon, the cycle of the seasons, the stage of your life that you're in at this time can definitely influence, what you want to be sharing in your writing. And also your own creative cycle. Like I said, it's not static, it does ebb and flow. So get to know, be curious about how you feel on a day-to-day basis. And write in a way that feels good for you. So if it feels good for you to write for 3 or 4 hours at a time, do it. For me, I can only write in about 30-minute chunks, and then I'm done. I'm done for the day. So give yourself permission to write in a way that feels good for you. That might mean taking a whole week to focus on your writing, or it may be doing a little bit every day or every other day. You may feel good writing in the morning or the evening. Really give yourself permission to experiment and play and write in a way that feels good for you, and trust that, okay? Also, allow your creative process to be messy. There may be times when it feels more organized and you're like, yes, I've got it. It feels really clear and I've got a plan. And there might be times when it feels like everything is falling apart and you've got no idea what you're writing about. It's all good. Believe me, I've mentored many women through this process. There's virtually always a time, or many times throughout the process, when it feels like everything's falling apart. It's all good. Just allow the messiness. Very often it's in that messiness that the real magic happens. So allow that, and allow the unknowing. Like I said, there will be days when it's like, there's nothing today. I just can't imagine that or ever write anything again. Rather than resisting that or trying to force yourself to know, allow the unknowing, because that is a part of the creative cycle, kind of the void. Which can feel really uncomfortable. And again, we're not taught to spend time there. We're taught to kind of rush through it and get back into doing and, force ourselves to kind of know and plan what we want to do. If you allow that, if you allow yourself to just be and to be in this place of unknowing, that is immensely powerful. Okay. So, be gentle with yourself around this, because like I said, a lot of this goes against what we've been taught, how we've been brought up, how we were taught at school, and what we're encouraged to do, like in the work environment generally. We're kind of encouraged to operate in this more linear way, whereas what we want to be doing with book writing, and certainly when we're writing in this unbound way, is to really allow our cyclical nature. Okay, if you want to hear more about this, I would love to invite you over to my free writing training, the Unbound Writing Masterclass. I take you through the whole Unbound writing process and talk about how to write in the most compelling way, in a way that feels great for you and is going to help you to write the book you're really here to write at this time. You can get immediate access now. It's a video training, but if you're not a video person, there's a PDF. You can just read through it and get going straight away. So we'll put the link around this video. Go take a look and let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you soon, Unbound One.